Alright, with the sudden release of Ascanor, I've been receiving a lot of requests on Twitter, comments, Twitch, on who should be waiting for now that Ascanor came out. Everyone was waiting for Ascanor. Now Ascanor is out. Who do we wait for now? You know, there's always that. And of course, when there's already a version that has been around for much longer, it's a little easier to kind of predict who should come next, but no certainty at all. There's no with global. There's really no set in stone because not only the game released with a lot of characters that weren't on JP Day 1, they haven't released yet characters that should have been in the game. Being Elizabeth, this character is not on global yet, and I didn't know until a few days ago because I was like, I think I was streaming and someone told me that, and I was like, well, there's no way. She should have released a long time ago, but she hasn't. So expect her release in any point. I assume because they released Death Pierce as a I already had this page open, I'm stupid. As a Hawk Pass character, this Elizabeth could be a Hawk Pass character as well. They did a very smart thing, because I'm guessing now characters that they saw the GP version didn't have much profit with, being Death Pierce. Death Pierce came out in GP as a step-up banner, and honestly no one signed up for that. It was just a bad banner. Very bad value. So they probably are going to take all these characters they know do not make them much money, and they're going to make them a Hawk Pass character, and then put him in the generous SR pool, right? So characters like Elizabeth should not have a banner. I very much doubt she will have her own banner. On JP again, she did have a step-up banner that actually made them a lot of money. But the reason for it was because people didn't know how to play. It was like in the beginning of the game. She was like the first banner, if I'm not mistaken. So like they had the regular banner, right? The one that came with the game, and then she was like the first banner right after, or the first step-up banner or something. So they made a lot of money from her, but probably because people just didn't know any better. She's a very bad unit. Like she has uses. Like most units in the game do have uses and can be used, but she's just not a unit that you should be focusing on or summoning for at all. But regardless, what are some of the characters that should be coming up next? Now, I'm basing on the release schedule and also some predictions I have. Again, nothing is set in stone. Anything I say here, not guaranteed, but very good chance. Very good chance. Alright, so after Ascanor, actually with Ascanor, right, they released Small Diane. I was very disappointed that she wasn't in Ascanor's banner. Here's the thing with GP. GP always makes banners with two characters. The ones that only has one character are step-up banners. Global has released so many banners of only one character. If I'm not mistaken, they've only released banners with one character except Halberman Green King, which is technically a banner with only one character. Only Halberman was new, right? Green King was already an existing unit. Gallon and Gopher, which is a fantastic banner. Gallon and Gopher was a fantastic banner. I don't recall them releasing other banners with two characters in them. So like, it's very weird because JP always made them with two characters. Except, oh no, okay. Actually, the first Elizabeth was the green one. Oh, that's the one they made a lot of money. This green one, this blue one, they probably made nothing. Oh, it was okay. I was mistaken on that. It was the green. I knew one Elizabeth banner made a lot of money. It was the green one, but that already came with the games. The blue one was during the 100-day release. Interesting. But yeah, I don't expect her to get a banner. I do not expect the blue Elizabeth to get a banner. But yeah, so Ascanor should have released with Small Diane, or you know, if we really base on this, so Diane could be a character coming out not very far from now. Not a unit you really want to be summoning for. Reason for it is because she has almost no necessary use. What I mean by that is she is a good unit. Like actually, if you take what she does and really think about it, she's actually broken because she taunts the enemy and increases her defense-related stats by 80%. That's not only just defense. That's resistance. Resistance is huge, and that's also like crit. What's it called? It's crit resistance and crit defense. Yeah. So. And then she can do up to 200%. 200% resistance is a lot. That's really good. The issue is, right, on PvE, not much content you're really going to use her. Like, raids, not very good. You know, there's not much content you'd use her. Like, regular activities, if you're going to use a support unit, you're better off using Gopher and using two DPS units, right? The Diane's just not not all of that. And then PvP, you might know some person or a team that would very much hard counter her because if she gets petrified, she loses all her defense and she loses the taunt, and Kingdom is the meta on PvP. So that when she initially came out on GP, she was busted because they changed how the game actually worked from then. If you taunted someone, they had to attack that unit. Like if you taunt if you taunt someone now, they can pick someone else. So if you petrify Diane, you can actually attack someone else in the same turn. Back in the day, if you petrified Diane, you'd still have to attack Diane in the very same turn. So it was a thing, right? Taunt was much stronger back in the day, before they actually patched that, and Global came out already with the patch. So Diane, not the best. I don't really recommend summoning for her if she gets her own banner. She could, just like Elizabeth, be a Hawk Pass unit. Completely, she could be, but don't really recommend. Now, looking again at the schedule, one banner that was skipped that might come next is the Slime collab banner. Now, I will not give you any confirmation of this, but there's a big chance. Hear me out. I didn't tell you this, but there's a big chance of this coming out probably next. Maybe not next, but if not next, the next thing. The Slime collab characters are very exclusive. But they came out in GP, like, when was it? Like, first month of the game? Yeah, it was the first month of the game. They had this collab with Slime. By the way, they never had any collabs afterwards, unfortunately. I'm really hoping they have more collabs in the future, because that would be super cool. But these characters are very exclusive. Ever since they came out in GP, never come back. Ever. So, if you are summoning for them, if they come out, it's just for the aspect of them being super exclusive. People nowadays on GP, they flex that they have them. You know, it's just how it is. I only have these two right here, and I wish I had the other ones just to complete like my whole actual box, right? But regardless, this removal right here, actually all these 4 characters are bad. Like Benimaru is okay, but all these 4 characters are just not very good. So if you're summoning for them, it's just for the pure aspect of them being exclusive. Honestly, not even a bad summon because of it, but who knows. On JP, there was a ticket that they gave that would guarantee you one of these 3 units, one of these 3 SSRs. Rimuru, the SR was like an SR in the banner, so it was really easy to pull, right? But there was a ticket that would guarantee you one of these 3. No idea if Global will do the same. Honestly, no idea. The Global and the JP team are very different. They might not give you the guaranteed SSR ticket. I really hope they do, because I know a lot of people are going to skip these when they come out, just because they're not very good. But yeah, reading off what they do, increases difference to the stats by 8%, heroes takes damage. It's okay. Actually, up to 40% actual resistance is alright. Like, he gets decent resistance, right? Assumes the stance, grants the debuff immunity, blah blah, heals. It's just not a very good card. Applies Rupture, which is against double damage against buffed enemies. It's okay. Like, having an enemy be buffed is not, you know, always practical. He's an okay unit, right? Then his ult stuns. It's the same. I think it's the same as Meliodas, right? It's an okay unit. The SR, I thought he was much better than he actually is. But his passive is actually not bad. Like, heals HP of our allies by equal to 5% of diminished HP at the start of every turn. Not a bad passive as a 4th unit, right? But that's pretty much it. The SR, if you do a multi, you might pull him. Yeah, straight up. Benimaru, he's actually pretty interesting because he has weak point, just like Green Jericho, and he increases the hero damage by 3% per skill used. Infinitely stacks. Like, he can actually just infinitely stack just like Elihawk, and he doesn't have any drawback. Like, Elihawk, if you don't know, she infinitely stacks her attack, so technically, you could actually hit 9999999 with Elihawk if you never take damage of her, but that's if you never take damage of her. But Imaru, even if you take damage, he still increases his damage by 3% every turn. But every single time he attacks, sorry. every single time he uses a skill, right? And his second card reduces the defense-related stats of enemies. Benimaru is actually a unit I wish I had. He seems really fun, but not very good. He's not going to be mad in PvP, and blah, 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 blah. You know, a unit that needs to build up like that would not be good on PvP. And lots of activities, you're just not going to take too long to, you know, beat. Not long enough. He could be actually pretty cool for Crimson. Database actually puts him on pretty good ranking for Crimson because he has weak point. And maybe if you take, like, I don't know, a few turns, you can stack up his thing, but regardless, yeah. And then Milim, Milim is weird, man. She has 0% pierce rate, which is so bad. 0% pierce rate is so bad. But she increases her crit damage by 8% per skill used, up to 80%, which is pretty good. But her base crit damage is 120. So it's like, yeah, you do have a lot of crit damage if you build the whole passive, but initially 120 is not very bad. It's very bad, actually. It's very, very bad. And she has 60% on her first attack, which is probably not even going to do damage, which means that if you don't do damage, it doesn't count, so it's not going to delay the ultimate move. It's just not very good. This card, though, Spike, increases the crit damage. If you stack up her passive and then you use this card for 100%, she actually could hit pretty hard, but she has 0% pierce rate, so she's actually probably the worst thing in the banner somehow. But yeah. And then, if Slime doesn't happen, if the collab with Slime doesn't happen, what could be next is what happened after Escanor. Actually, what happened after Escanor really 1JP was the Halloween units, which who knows when they could, like, if they wait until Halloween, that would be super annoying for global, because this blue Elaine is the only attack booster for blue. Let me skill filter, increases attack, right? Yeah, there are only 2 attack boosters in the game, Gil Thunder and Elaine. And if Elaine doesn't come out for a while, Global is not going to have a second attack booster for a while. It will only be Gil Thunder. But you know, lots of people on JP still don't have her because she's an exclusive to Halloween unit. So a lot of people still only have Gil Thunder anyways, but still. And then, same thing for increased attack related stats. There's only one unit in the game that has it, and then another original character that has it. I think that's an area they should increase more the amount of characters on, but anyways. Yeah. Yeah, Elaine, Meliodas is trash in it, but this free Gil is very good because of easy 6/6. But after that, it was Lilia and Diane Meliodas, or I guess after that it was just Lilia, but then Diane Meliodas and Monspeed. Lilia is a fantastic unit, one of the best units in the game. She is insanely good for PvE and PvP, top tier, one of the best units in the game. And she will be guaranteed on her banner, unless Global decides to be a cuck. I hope they don't. Like, her banner, or any original character banner. If you don't know, Lilia is an original character from the game. Any original character banner has the unit guaranteed at 242 gems. It's 10 steps, two of them being 1 gem, 1 being guaranteed SSR. So, you know, she is guaranteed the 10th step. If Global decides not to do that, I'll be very upset, because it's such a good thing. Because these are original characters. I've never been too much of a fan of guaranteed units because gacha games, it loses a little bit of the flavor, I guess. But with original characters is the perfect way of doing guaranteed, because it's not an actual character from the anime. It's just a character that will help you in the game. So Lilia being guaranteed is so good. Have 242 gems for her. Do that, because she is a amazing unit. Combined with her, Blue Demon Meliodas is also a fantastic PvP and farmer. He is the best farmer in the game. I don't want to hear he is the best farmer in the game because his attack skill just one-shots anything, and it's AoE. He does. You play Global, right? Have you used Escanor? Yes. Have you used his level 3 card? Yes. He does his level 3 card every time AoE. That's Blue Demon Meliodas. He hits that hard, right? Fantastic unit. Absolutely amazing. His banner, he's not going to be guaranteed like Lilia. If you do pull him from his banner, congrats. So, for now, think that if you are going for optimal, if you don't care for getting these 4 units as a collection, if they do come out before Lilia and Blue Demon Meliodas, saving for these 2 right here should be your goal. Because they are, still on JP. Right now, as we're speaking, they're meta. like because Zeldris just came out, and probably one of the best teams for Zeldris is Lilia, Diane, Meliodas, and Zeldris. So it's like they are just way too good. They're way too good. There's one thing you need to know though. After they came out, Meliodas came out with Monspeed. No one cares about Monspeed. Death Pierce came out, which you know Global already has. The Melaska the Fat King, no one cares about. Valenti came out. Valenti is a cock. I hate Valenti with all my life. She is literally the counter to these two. So, be of note, if you do save for these two and you pull them, they will have a period of time where they'll be the best thing ever, unless they decide to be very annoying and release Valenti with... It could happen. It could happen. They could release Valenti with Lilia. And Valenti, what she does is... let me explain what these two do, because I haven't yet. Lilia increases the pierce rate by 50% of all allies, by 50% of her own pierce rate. So essentially, you give her full pierce rate gear, and she will give it to the other characters. Meliodas has this card, which is the same that Red Hauser has. Lots of people on Global IC use Red Hauser with pierce rolls. It's because of this. Triples pierce rate. Now, not only he has higher pierce rate than Hauser, he has higher attack stat, and he has a higher, I think he has higher crit damage, and he has 50% crit chance. He hits so hard combined with Lilia, because Lilia gives him the pierce. She has base 50. If you give her really good rolls, she can go like well over 100, and then you can have Meliodas with well over 100 pierce rate. And triple that, that's like over 200 pierce rate, and then you just do so much damage, right? Valenti, she decreases all the enemy's pierce rate by her own resistance. So you give her like full-on resistance rolls, and then you're reducing the pierce rate for both Meliodas and Lilia on the enemy team. Yeah, it's very annoying. It's exactly how it sounds. It's pretty much a counter to the team, and it will come out eventually. Maybe, I don't know, again, nothing set in stone. They might do a weird release schedule. For all we know, they could just release Valenti before Lilia, who knows? But yeah, these two characters are what you should be looking for on Global now. Again, they didn't come out too long after Escanor either. Again, Escanor and Small Diane came out, and then it was like 24th of October, like almost a month later, it was Meliodas and Lilia, so it was like not that far away. We only had this in between, so my guess, right? My educated guess is that the next thing coming for Global could be the Slime collab, maybe a Hawk Pass with Diane, or the Blue Lisbeth that we talked about. That could happen, and then for the month period between Escanor and Lilia and Meliodas, we could be having the celebration, unless they want to go faster, and they could have the celebration for 2 weeks and then release Lilia and Meliodas in the 2 weeks afterwards, right? But these will be 2 separate banners. There's no way they'll make it one banner. There's no way. So yeah, be on the lookout. New broken characters coming out like pretty much every month, so you gotta be stay like paying attention to that. Yeah, that's it.